Set to go next match from suburban Detroit. King of the swing. We wrap up our fall swing. The PBA Tour on CBS Sports Network. Tackett, Belmonte, head-to-head. They rhyme with my Hall of Fame broadcast partner, Randy Peterson. Our entire crew. Done such great work throughout the entire fall swing. Right, packed house at Thunder Bowl Lanes. Historic bowling center. Has hosted so many big PBA events in the past. Another one unfolds here today. Right at that 1-3 pocket. Straight as can be, Randy.
And interesting that E.J. Tackett is going to make Jason Belmonte finish on the right lane. I think it's the right strategy, honestly. I think the left lane's more predictable. Right lane, there's friction to the right, but it looks like there's hang if you get it too far right, and if you get it up the lane at all, it's going through the face or Brooklyn. He's had a great fall swing as E.J. Tackett, nicknamed Squirrel. Tremendous talent. That snap on that wrist there. 16-pound bowling ball going through those pins like they weigh about a pound each. In reality, they're like 3.6. Would you say, Mike Edwards, our statistician? All right, well, thanks for that, Mike. Been a huge help.
Right lane, left lane, different approach, same result there for E.J. Tackett. Good start.
And different bowling ball as well. Everybody's going straight on the left lane. Nice kick out on the 10.
But seriously, thanks to Eddie for great job all week.
As always, he's always with us.
King of the swing and the entire fall swing. Scorekeeper extraordinaire. We appreciate that. Belmonte, lane, big move. Only 7 pins, not close.
The right lane is awful right now. That ball's in the right spot, and it just doesn't come back from there. I don't even know what the play is. You know, does Belmonte take urethane out and go straighter? That ball's not going to get it done. That ball is supposed to hook from that spot. Dangerous spare attempt coming up.
Covers nicely. (2012-2013) all-time PBA single season average. As you see the left and right lane breakdown. That year, 228.81.
Another reason to make him finish on the right lane. That stat right there.
Ten pin only.
That ball needed to be about a quarter of an inch farther left, and it would have struck. Speed and rotation of that bowling ball and absolutely zero curve because of 52 feet of oil.
Stays clean, has his mark. Picks up a 10 pin. Now Tackett looks to continue a perfect start early here. Only 24 years old. 3 titles after a win here in the swing. Checking his arsenal out.
Covert, Revolt, Sigma Sting. Sigma on the right lane. There it is. Huge break, but there's the hang on the right lane. It's amazing just how the right lane is broken down, and it has to have a little to do with Tom Doherty using urethane, but you're only talking one guy. I have nothing for you. part of what made that oil pattern high scoring throughout the tournament was the fact that when the players got it to that spot, it would hook. Now, I can promise you one thing. If you go up the lane with any reactive resin whatsoever, you have no chance of keeping it right of the head pin. Left lane, good lane. Right lane, bad lane.
The challenge, 2 different lane conditions. TV. Wow.
When you look
Shreds the wreck.
Sorry, Dave. When you look at the talent on this show and you think back about what the players had to do to get to this point, and really dominating 3 completely different oil patterns, and you can see it right here. It's in full display. One lane they have to hook it, the other lane they have to throw it from right to left. Being able to do that on the fly is what separates the men from the boys.
Crossing over, and almost had a Brooklyn strike there. Completely misses the pocket. 3-9, double wood.
So remember what I said just a couple minutes ago. If you try to go straighter on that lane, you have no chance of keeping it right of the head pin if you use reactive resin.
I don't even know how to make this.
That's exactly what just happened there.
Yeah, right? Maybe this one.
He's going to take a urethane ball out now, and he's going to probably use the same lineup that he's using for his reactive ball to strike with. Throw it in the same spot. It should cover the 3-9.
Chops the 3, leaves the 9 open frame.
I promise you, he didn't think that ball would hook that much. Got lucky just to catch the head pin.
Opens in the 4th, now a 23-pin lead for E.J. Tackett, who's himself working on a strike. Left lane.
All right, I'm gonna try this again.
That's what you want if you're Jason Belmonte.
Yeah, but what move do you make when you get back to the right lane?
It's that right lane, that's the question. And just an extraordinary challenge for these great bowlers on different oil patterns. Our 2 lanes here, the TV pair. The youngster, Tackett, takes advantage. Spans the lead up to 33 pins.
EJ is actually deeper on the right lane and using a lot of hand and a stronger bowling ball to get it to come off the corner. Shot.
Great shot. And a big lead. Turkey strikes in the 4th, 5th, and 6th frames for E.J. Tackett. He is up by 43 pins, in control against the reigning 3-time PBA Player of the Year, Jason Belmonte. It's the youngster out front. E.J. Tackett, Huntington, Indiana, just outside Fort Wayne, has got himself a big lead against Jason Belmonte. Time now for our Columbia 300 Fun Fact. Here's our MC, Dennis McHenry.
All right, it's time for our Columbia 300 Fun Fact, and I'm here with our PBA fans. What's your name, buddy?
Shane.
Shane, and your brother?
Sean.
Now, who is the best bowler?
Me.
Well, me. Duh.
Oh, okay, we have a little bit of rivalry over here. So now, I'm going to ask you a question. If you get the question correct, you will leave here with a prize. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, so here's your Columbia 300 Fun Fact. Which player has won the last 2 King of the Swing titles? Is it A, Tommy Jones, B, Jason Belmonte, C, Bill O'Neill, or D, Sean Rash?
Sean Rash.
That is correct. Let's make some noise for him, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. You have won the 300 Columbia 300 fun fact, and we have a gift for you right here. It is an autographed bowling pin, courtesy of PBA.
Well, it was, in fact, Bill O'Neill. That was the answer. But the good news is everyone leaves happy because young man got the pin, which I think is great. It's a winner every time.
Hey, I thought it was Sean Rash.
No, you didn't.
Okay, I'm kidding. I knew it was Bill O'Neill.
Well, it was Bill O'Neill winning those back-to-back titles.
Billy was owning Oklahoma for a couple of years.
He sure was. Belmonte, a break. Late trip on the 4-pin. Trying to stay in the match here.
Makes the ball change and barely gets around the corner to carry that Wally.
PBA's Extra Frame, your home for exclusive live coverage of the PBA, PBA 50, and PWBA tours. Beginning October 29th, Extra Frame streaming live from South Point in Las Vegas, where PBA Tour titles will be at stake in a pair of events. Don't miss a minute of the action. Yearly, monthly, 3-day subscriptions are available. Click on the Extra Frame link, PBA. For more information, there's a 10-pin for Jason Belmonte.
It was a good shot, only to leave a weak 10, and he really needed that hit to get back into this match, trailing by 34. Just not enough pop to go through the pins and carry that 10-pin. E.J. Tackett in the driver's seat.
.34-pin lead here for EJ. In our pre-match meetings, EJ said he is not one to practice much. That surprised me. Did it surprise you?
No. I mean, I've seen it. EJ's not a big practicer. There's a lot of players on our tour that have had great success that weren't big practicers. Pete Weber, Wes Malott, two that come to mind.
.10-pin. Now, why wouldn't you be? I mean, you think professional athlete, you think golfers, you think other individual sports, it's so much practice-oriented. Why would bowling not be for some players?
I think it just depends on the individual. I was a big practicer. I had to, because I needed the games to work on my rhythm and timing, because my game was such that it was very critical that was perfect. My game not near as efficient as EJ's, as Pete Weber's, as Wes Malott's. And those guys, when they get a little bit out of position, can recover, whereas I couldn't. They need a little bit of practice to get some feel, to get back into a little bit of bowling shape, and that's it. They don't need to go out and work on their game and timing and swing for hours.
All 10 down, all smiles for E.J. Tackett.
Cave the big four, not too shabby. Nice little break there to maintain a huge lead against Belmonte.
Wow. Blasted right through the rack there with the 10-pin stands for Jason Belmonte.
This is one of the fastest ringing 10s you'll ever see. I mean, this is really fast.
Takes care of the 10.
Really good shot.
Had amazing ball speed, that ring at 10-pin, even in slow-mo. It was hard to tell. I mean, it was going fast. Even on the replay, wow.
Do I have another one, or am I out? I got one more? Can I please take it?
He's going to take a re-rack here. Asking tournament director Kirk Von Kruger.
Max score for Belmonte, 214. E.J. Tackett's already in the 220s. But as we've seen, anything can happen. And we've seen everything.
You know, fall swing's been full of surprises, especially late in matches, where the improbable takes place at a surprising rate. Foundation, all 10 down, left lane, no problem.
Last couple shots for Belmonte, really good, and they're 2-9 spares surrounded by strikes. He could have easily had a 5-bagger and been right back into this match.
Sean Rash awaits the winner, 2-time winner, already in the fall swing. Only multi-title holder from this fall event. Jay Tapp, look out, he's crossing over way high, 6-10.
All he has to do is fill frames, mark in the 9th frame here, mark in the 10th frame, and he's going to bowl for he's going to go up against Sean Rash in the title match.
Covers, no problem. So I'm just intrigued, Randy, going back to that practice discussion with EJ, who's not a big practicer, and you mentioned some huge names, lots of wins. Pete Weber, Wes Milot, guys are legends. When you're talking to young bowlers, and you work with so many clinics, coaching, what do you tell them about practice?
Well, I mean, again, I think you have to personalize it for everyone. Everyone's different. A lot of it depends on what they need to work on. Spare here. Actually, it's over. EJ needed to get 9. He got 9. Done. He is going to take on Sean Rash, who will be the king of the swing. Sean Rash, EJ Tackett. Stay tuned.
Should be fun to watch. Jason Belmonte, struggles continue at the swing. He will not win. EJ Tackett advances. Coming up, an interview with PBA Commissioner Tom Clark. EJ Tackett, no problem with 3-time PBA Player of the Year Jason Belmonte, 226, 194. He'll take on Sean Rash next. First, an interview with PBA Commissioner Tom Clark. I asked Tom about the state currently of the PBA.
It is strong. It's one of the most exciting times for the PBA in a long time because of the quality of play, the diversity of the talent, where the players are coming from, and that coupled with really renewed and interested partners, sponsors both from the bowling industry and outside the bowling industry, and our network partners really have us positioned for great growth. That, in addition to our digital properties, you know, we're starting to see growth in areas like people consuming PBA content in ways that they never have before across all of our PBA network devices.
You've had a long list of established stars in your tenure as PBA Commissioner, but now some young guns are up and coming. What has that meant to the PBA to have young stars really make it to the scene?
Oh, it was an incredible year when you have people like Anthony Simonson and Jesper Svensson and Gary Faulkner Jr. and Graham Fa, and these are the people that won the major championships in the PBA Tour over the last year, breaking records. Youngest players ever to win the Masters, youngest player ever to win the Tournament of Champions. And when a lot of people talk about how bowling needs to reach a younger demographic, and when young people and youth bowling is really growing in a lot of different ways around the world. When young people see people like these young kids, it really becomes even more inspiring, and they can attach themselves to them. I mean, their dads have attached themselves to people like Pete Weber, like me. I mean, I'm attached to Pete. And what makes it incredible for these young players is people like Pete Weber and Norm Duke and Walter Ray and Parker Bone, they're still out here and they're still competing, and so they get to learn from the best how to be a PBA professional. And so it really says a lot for the future.
And Tom, now more people than ever can watch bowling on Extra Frame. What has that meant to the PBA?
Oh, Extra Frame, our digital live streaming service, provides over 1,000 hours of live bowling coverage anywhere. Anyone can get it anywhere in the world on their mobile devices, on their computers. They can plug their computers into TVs and watch the action. And it's not only the PBA that's on Extra Frame, but we cover the entire PWBA, the PBA 50 Tour. So you get to see the best players in every class of PBA and PWBA competition, and you see not only the finals and the archives of all of the championships of every event that we do, but you see how the players get there, the qualifying, the match play, day-to-day competition, and you see the entire field compete. And when people can consume the PBA like that, it's actually more coverage of professional bowling than ever in the history of the game.
PBA fans can't wait for the World Series of Bowling in December. But after that, 2017, what's on tap?
Well, we have an awesome February. In February, we have 3 straight weeks of live national major championship bowling. The Barbasol Players Championship, the Fire Lake Tournament of Champions, and the USBC Masters in February is really what we're all looking towards, and we all look forward to, is this incredible month of coverage of the Professional Bowlers Tour. Last year was awesome, same exact thing. We also have really great special events and new products like the Chris Paul Celebrity Invitational. It's become one of the most fun events in PBA history, and you get to see A-list stars, you know, compete alongside PBA stars, and that's going to be a lot of fun again. And then, of course, we have the PBA League, where you have 8 teams of the best players in the world getting together and going at it in really one of our favorite venues, Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. And when that comes, the fans get really excited to watch the pros compete, really in the way that the kids are mostly competing in now in high school and collegiate bowling, as members of teams. Adds a whole new dynamic. And it's a lot of fun.
Tom, thanks so much for your time and the great information as well.
All right, thanks a lot, Dave.
Great to hear from Tom Clark, PBA Commissioner, here at Allen Park, Michigan. Finals coming up. Tackett, Rash, one bowler can be the fall king of the swing. Who will it be? We will find out.